If you're thinking about moving here to Bellingham, there's absolutely one place you need to visit here, and some people absolutely love it and some people absolutely will not come down here. So in today's video, I'm gonna tour downtown Bellingham. Finally, after making YouTube videos for the last 3 years, I'm finally gonna show you what Bellingham has to offer. So in this video, I'm gonna give you a depth in tour of what downtown Bellingham is like, the good, the bad, the ugly, and if you tune into any of my videos in the past, I am 100% transparent in what it's like living here in Bellingham. So I'm gonna give you all the scoop, the good, the bad, the ugly, and if you're new to this channel, make sure you like and subscribe. So if you're new to this channel, my name is Aldo. I'm a local realtor here in Bellingham and Whatcom County. Guys, I have lived here my whole entire life, and I have so many people reaching out to me that are wanting to move and to purchase a house here in Bellingham. So if that is you, I have helped so many of you that have found me on YouTube over the last couple of years. So all my information will be down below here in the description. So reach out to me, give me a call, shoot me a text, whatever it is. It's not weird, it's not awkward. I get it all the time. So feel free to reach out to me any way you can. So let's get into the video. Now, if you haven't been to Bellingham in the summertime, it is absolutely the best time to come and visit. And right now it's a beautiful 80-degree June day here in 2026. And downtown has evolved, it has shifted. There's been so many things that has changed in this area. And as you can see behind me, this used to be a beautiful building. Unfortunately, it did fall down or did burn down. But Bellingham, and just like any other city here in the US, a lot of the things that were happening in Bellingham before COVID was really great. Obviously, COVID did affect Bellingham. It affected Washington State as a whole. Now, there's some things I want to talk to you about here later on this video about maybe some of the things why people don't come down here. But even though we have been plagued with some problems here in Bellingham, especially downtown, we have started to see a lot of it being cleaned up here over the last couple of years, especially the last couple of months. I think some of the problems that we've had kind of start to extend more into Bellingham and some other parts like Walmart or around Fred Meyer's. That being said though, I have grown up here in Bellingham and there has been a lot of change that has been here in downtown, some good, some bad. And I think some of the best parts about downtown, it has to be that we're super hyper local.
I've lived in Bellingham for 16 years and I love the access to outdoor recreation, being next to the water and the trails and Mount Baker. It's amazing as far as outdoors. The farmers market's really cool. The people are wonderful. The community is stellar. Yoga community, really good. What we need is better live music venues because we are really lacking in that. And then we really are lacking in good restaurants. We need better restaurants here. Come on, people.
We still have places like Avenue Bread, we have Mallard's Ice Cream, we have local shops, card game stores. There is actually quite a bit here in Bellingham. And what I think a lot of people have mistaken about Bellingham is that we're in this super little tiny town, and we're really not. If you want a smaller feel and a little bit more of that smaller town community feel, then you have places like Lynden or possibly up in Blaine. But Bellingham, the population is 100,000 people, and that's quite a bit. You know, it's nothing large. And then, you know, obviously we have Western Washington University that makes things a little bit larger, but there is definitely a lot of things to do around here. Even today, it's a random Wednesday, and there's a bunch of people walking around downtown. They're going to have lunch, they're gonna have coffee, they're gonna do a lot of things that people like to do in other areas that have to do with being in the downtown of whatever city they're in. So I know there was a Starbucks down here, it ended up closing down, but we have La Fiamma Pizza. We do have some sort of living down here, which is nice. We don't have a lot, but we do have a bunch of condos, mainly condos, no houses. And you can find some really nice condos here on the water, anywhere between 350,000 all the way up to $1 million. Nothing crazy in luxury, but that is another topic of conversation when we're talking about more of the granary building, and that's a larger project down here at the water. Now, like I mentioned earlier, we're hyper local. You will find some spots like right behind me. You'll find Jimmy John's, but you're not gonna find major corporate restaurants, which makes it really nice because you can come out here, organic, you have the farmer's market. So right now we're on Railroad Avenue, which is the main street for downtown. The other main street we're gonna have is just right above us, called North State Street. That's actually a really cool spot because it's a lot more busier. Here on Railroad is a bunch of parking, so there's not really a lot of traffic that drives in and out. But on North State Street, it's one way all the way downtown, goes into the boulevard, into Fairhaven. So you're gonna find a lot more of a lot more liveliness down on North State Street, more restaurants, breweries, but there's definitely a difference here in downtown than you will feel in Fairhaven or anywhere else here in Bellingham. Now, as we cross the street, this is kind of on the south side of downtown Bellingham, of Railroad Avenue. And like I said, Bellingham's pretty big. The downtown isn't super small. Lynden's downtown is very, very small. Ferndale's downtown is extremely small. Blaine, it depends where you're gonna go, but you have Semiahmoo, you'll have Blaine proper, you'll have Birch Bay. So when you think of terms of size, it's obviously not Seattle, but Bellingham, you can walk from one end to the other in 20, 25 minutes. So you can have a nice little walk. But like I said, we're on Railroad right now, and North State Street, there's so much more on there as well. But Bellingham is starting to grow, it's starting to expand. And one of the biggest projects that is happening right now is gonna be down by the water and by the granary building right now. If you haven't checked out my other videos, do so, because I talked about Waypoint Park, and that is an extension essentially of downtown, because it's right there. It's maybe from where I'm at right now, which right now I'm in front of the depot building. So we're probably 10-minute walk to there, 2-minute drive. And that is got the container village. So it's got trackside, it's got a pump track, it's got beer, it's got food, it's got a winery or a little wine tasting. So there's definitely a lot going on, and that's gonna be a big development. There's gonna be luxury condos there, which there are now. The second building will be getting ready to be sold here shortly. Again, it's June of 2026, so those condos should be being listed here very, very soon. But Bellingham is just a large extension of one another, because what downtown will do is actually connect with trails down by the water, and you can actually just walk, you can drive, you can ride your bike on these trails and go into the boardwalk and go into Boulevard. And then from there, you have another maybe 5 minutes into Fairhaven. So everything, once you're downtown, if you love walking, if you like riding a bike, e-bike, whatever it is, you have accessibility to so much more than just being here in downtown. And on the weekends behind me, like I said, this is the depot building. We'll have farmers markets all through the summertime. It's a great place to come and hang out, look, eat, go find some things. And like I said, Bellingham also is right on the water. I mean, we're gonna be minutes to the water, and you can walk all the way down, go to Lombardi's, go to the Chrysalis. You can go down to the Bellwether. There's so much to do. And in this short video, there isn't enough time for me to really explain everything that's happening here and what to expect in Bellingham. It's definitely one of the things you want to come explore. Yes, is Bellingham downtown in the summertime at its peak. It will make you want to move here, absolutely. And I always tell people, if there's 2 spots that people want to visit here in Bellingham to make up their mind whether or not they should move here or not, it's definitely downtown and Fairhaven, because those 2 places will automatically hook you in on moving here. Just because it's so nice, it's quaint, it's walkable, it's not really hilly. There's a lot to do here if you want to go out to eat, have coffee, you want to go to the bars. Obviously I'm 36, so I don't really go out to the bars as much, but at least there is a lot to do here. Again, for those of you that are thinking of moving here from a larger area, you know, things do close down a little sooner than the bigger areas. So there are some restaurants that will close around 10, 11 p.m., but majority of the places here will close at 8, maybe 9. So that's probably one of the things that is a little frustrating in our area, that I wish, especially with having kids and people with no kids, they want to have a later dinner. They want to go out for drinks. Now the bars will stay open for a lot longer, but some of these restaurants might take a table at the latest at 8, maybe 8:30 p.m. So that can kind of hinder some people's plans. Now let me share with you just a little bit of an insider of downtown Bellingham here before we wrap up this video. So Yes, has there been problems here in Bellingham? Absolutely. Bellingham downtown has become a lot safer, easy to walk. Is there some parts that you probably don't want to go to? Sure, but Bellingham has also elected, and now they are closing all the alleyways at night at a certain time, so to keep all of that trouble away, so we can kind of get rid of this area. A couple of things. Now also Bellingham is a very liberal area, not just Washington as a whole, but downtown especially is a very liberal area. So downtown Bellingham supports the LGBTQ community. It's a lot of inclusivity here as well, which is great. It's a lot of people from different cultures that are very welcome here in Bellingham. So if you're feeling like you're moving from another area and you're a person of color, Bellingham definitely has that inclusivity. They're very inclusive. And so I wouldn't really be too eerie about that. Obviously there's other parts of Whatcom County that isn't so much like that. Now, here's some things too. Myself, I drive a Tesla, you know, and when the whole Elon Musk thing happened, you know, I'd get honks and people saying things to me. I'm like, listen, I bought this thing before this even happened. So Bellingham does think one way and one way pretty much only. That's just kind of something to kind of keep on your mind here in Bellingham. Other than that, it's a pretty friendly place. Everybody's super happy, they're friendly. There's so many cool spots that you can go to. And in reality, there's no place that is perfect here in Bellingham. And if you're coming from a larger city, I can tell you that Bellingham is a lot safer than some of those larger cities. So as I wrap up this video, guys, please, I hope you've enjoyed the tour of downtown Bellingham. I hope that you're able to make it. If you're looking at moving here to the area and you haven't gotten a realtor yet, please guys, make sure you reach out to me. My name is Aldo. I'm here with the Lynden real estate team with Windermere Real Estate. I have helped so many of you that have found me on YouTube, who have seen my content, and I want to be able to help you guys too. So again, my name is Aldo here in Bellingham. If you're looking at moving here, give me a call, shoot me a text, whatever the easiest thing. All my information is going to be down below, especially in the description of the video, and we'll see you next time.